I think it's sociology.
Sociology?
Yeah, not music or anything. It's about music, right?
Yeah, also something. That's fun. I got 20 of those, so you can hang on for that. You should come. I would love to. Okay. That's fine.
Yes, absolutely. I thought you mentioned something else would happen. Yeah. Well, let me make an announcement. We've decided that the final paper should be presented at the examination, the final examination. So you have plenty of time to prepare for it. And I think some of you made a very reasonable request. So we have, well, plenty of time. And you have to show it up in the final exam, and you present the paper then, and you may have to sign up for your participation. So it's important for you to take part in the final exam.
So we'll write the paper, bring it, and then present it to everyone?
Oh, no, just hand it in.
Oh, like you bring, oh, okay.
Yeah, that's the
Oh,
only thing. Well, I'm sorry, I didn't make it clear. That's the only thing. The other thing is that the topics for the 17th, please have the topics ready and give it to Mr. Wang. And Mr. Wang Chang or Chen, actually that's the better way of pronouncing it, Mr. Chen.
Should we email them to you?
Sure.
So we're going to organize the meeting. We'll continue to discuss human rights, but we should also explore the question of the feminist critique.
I'm sorry, can I just ask you about the paper?
Absolutely.
I'm still a little confused. Is it meant to be like an analytical paper that's interpreting this philosophy, like the last few have been, or like a straight research paper, where we just like find...
Either way is fine with me.
Okay.
In other words, it's quite open.
Okay.
You have a choice of either write an analytical paper analyzing one particular concept or a group of concepts. You can come up with a research paper based upon your understanding or some issues, not necessarily based upon reading of the text. And of course you have other options. And my recommendation is that if you are in doubt, you should either consult me or let Mr. Chen know. Push that.
There's a button on the side you can push so it'll be unlocked.
Push the button.
There you go.
And hopefully 12 pages, but no more than 20. We talk about human rights last week, and I tried to give you a comprehensive view, but I think it's important to underscore at least a number of general ideas that are very relevant to the human rights discourse. In the study of ethics, there are two rather different ways of conceptualizing ethics. One is called a thin, very, thin approach. The other one is thick approach. If you look at the thin approach, the emphasis is on universality, and therefore you need to develop an abstract idea of what general principles are. It's very much based upon principles. And you have to rise above the concrete. So if you simply focus on the concrete, you're not going to understand ethics in a universal sense. Universal sense meaning that ethics is applied to all human beings. In fact, when ethics emerge as an important discussion, important discourse, there's a great deal of emphasis on universality. So you don't talk about ethics in reference to a particular group or a particular situation. You do it as a general principle that is applicable to everyone. That's the only kind of ethics we are basically familiar with. And in this thin description, it is related to what many scholars call universal ethics or global ethics. That is something that it's applicable beyond time and space. Hopefully, it is durable or sustainable throughout human history. But recently, there's an attempt to develop what may be called the thick description of ethics, with emphasis on the concrete person, even a specific society and a specific culture. When you do that, the question of generalizability arises, and it's very difficult to deal with. If you look at the utilitarian approach, the idea is to maximize the happiness of the majority, which is really dependent upon choice. You have to make choice. You try to understand your own happiness in reference to others. And you can even calculate, it's quantifiable, that the more you'll be able to enhance your own happiness, the more others are able to enhance their happiness, then ethics will be greatly promoted. Another form is the so-called categorical imperative of Immanuel Kant. Again, the idea of freedom is absolutely critical. If you're not free as a rational human being, you can never be ethic in the authentic sense of autonomous ethics. Your ethics is constrained by all kinds of other reasons or ideas not related to your own political choice. Therefore, it's formalistic. Yes?
You mean freedom or free will? Or
freedom is you have the freedom, and that freedom allows you to choose based upon your free will. So your free will is never situated in a particular context. It is, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I guess when I meant freedom, I meant more like a political situation.
I think the position is even more extreme. That is, any rational animal, not just humans. The idea is any rational animal has the ability to choose, because every rational animal has this freedom to exercise the choice. When you will that should be moral, then you